We've talked many times about developing a playing system, but there's one big thing that you're likely missing, and I want to share with you today. Let's dive into this. Your playing system is the structure of your game. So it's more than just your playing style. It has everything to do with your strengths, your weaknesses, your tendencies, your game patterns. Your playing system revolves around your strengths. So if your strength is third ball attack, what does that include? It includes a really good serve with good speed, spin, depth, placement variations to be able to set up your third ball attack and to be able to follow up with a fifth ball attack after your third ball attack. It also, if you've got a really good loop against backspin, it also involves being able to receive in such a way, a tricky receive, to get a weaker push from your opponent so that you can attack. If you're a rallying type player, maybe you play timing pressure, or maybe you're rallying from behind the table and you're focusing on being more consistent, going for good speed, good spin, good location, and then looking for that opportunity to step forward and go for the finishing shot, maybe deeper in the rally, maybe on the 10th, 11th, 12th ball. So regardless of what your playing system is, there's one thing that you're probably neglecting, and that is being able to incrementally increase or decrease the risk level. Let's say, for example, you lose the first game 11-3, and now you're down 6-1 in the second game. If the match continues as it's going, you're likely going to lose. So what do you have to be able to do? You've got to be able to take measured risk to make adjustments in the match. Now, if you haven't trained with adjusting the risk level, it's going to be very difficult in that tournament. So what do most people end up doing? Either not taking any adjustments, not making any measured risks, and continuing to lose the match, or taking too much risk and basically trashing the match. So how do you take more risk? This is the question I want to talk about today. Let's keep talking about it. So there's basically 5 ways to win a point with speed, spin, placement, variation, and consistency. So being able to make adjustments in any of these is you can take more risk. So let's say, for example, if your normal loop is after the top of the bounce, you push and then they push deep, you usually let the ball drop and play heavy spin, but your opponent this day is playing strong counter loops. What do you need to do? Force yourself to get in position faster, hit more top of the bounce and more of a driving type of loop. If this is something that you've practiced, yeah, you can do it. But if you've never practiced it before, implementing that technique in a tournament is probably a recipe for disaster. So to set up a power Pong robot drill for this, what you would do is just a normal backspin ball to your forehand. You just do your normal loop. But today, instead of letting the ball drop and playing heavy spin with good arc, you get faster in position, you hit more of a driving loop. As you become more consistent developing both types of loops, then you can adjust the risk level. What about placement? You're used to looping deep to the corners, but this particular guy is ultra consistent. He moves well, and you really feel the need to play wider or sharper angles. Again, if this is something that you've never practiced before with a robot or a person, implementing this in a tournament is a disaster. You might think, well, that's my only option. Yes, but if your consistency goes from 80% on to 40% on, you're just basically giving away the match. So we've talked real briefly about increasing the risk level, but the same thing is true with decreasing the risk level. You lost that first game 11-3 and you're down 6-1 in the second game, and you're going for some great shots. You're hitting some great shots, but you're still losing. Why? Because instead of being 80% on today, you're only 35 or 40 or 50% on, so you're just giving way too many free points. So instead of going for your strong shots like you normally do, maybe you need to be more patient. Maybe you need to let the ball drop a little bit more. Maybe you need to add a little bit more spin. Maybe instead of trying to paint the outside of the white lines, you go for more centrally located shots to be more consistent. So again, it's difficult within your playing system to make adjustments and play a completely different style. If you're a left-handed looper, what are you going to do? Change to a right-handed chopper? Well, that would be silly, right? So I'm not asking you to completely change your style, but I'm asking you to make incremental adjustments within your style. So what I'm recommending for you to do this year with robot training is, instead of continuing to practice the same drills in the same fashion, I want you to alternate. I want you to do, let's say you do 3 days. One day you do your normal practice just like you're doing now. One day you do a practice that you take measured risks, and for some specific shots, you go for more risk, whether it be more variation, wider location, more changing on location, more speed variation. I want you to take more risk. And one day I want you to take less risk. As you learn to have more levels within your game, you're going to be more adaptable to the situation. And when I say levels, I don't mean levels as far as rating, but I mean levels as far as risk level within your playing system. I really hope this video made sense to you. If it didn't, make sure you leave a comment down below or a question. I'd be happy to answer your question. If it did, make sure you share this video with a friend. I'll see you soon.